Okay, week 18, day one. This is all about communication and collaboration, and this is defining the work. So, write user stories for a collaborative project. And you can do this with people if you have a developer friend, designer friend, user researcher friend, colleagues. If you want to sit with your manager and say, hey, you know what, I'm working on this project just as an exercise. Can you sit with me and ideate on some user stories? Bring a problem to the table. So you may have a how might we statement, or you may have an improvement to a product that you want to make, and you can say, well, here's where I see the gap is. Can you help me write some user stories, or can we ideate on some user stories and go through that? The basic format is, as a type of user, so as an account manager, as a home cook, as a technical administrator, I want to do something so that I achieve this goal. So, as a user, I want to enter. So, as a retail user, I want to enter a new address so that I can ship something to a friend, or so that I can ship something to an alternative address, or so that I can hide the arrival of this gift from my partner. So, and you could potentially put all three of those outcomes in there. You could write three separate statements, or you could maybe create a bulleted list of outcomes if they're all drivers for wanting to enter a new address. They could also be broader, so it doesn't have to be something as acute as entering a new address. It could be, um, as a type of user, I want to order replacement wheels so that I have a backup for when mine fail. Who knows? Share your user stories in a way that others could build from. And that means just putting them somewhere central and editable. Maybe create a backup of yours at the top and create a workspace below. And then, as a bonus, try to categorize them by priority or feature area. So if they speak to different areas of an application or solution, try to cluster them. Say, hey, this belongs in this area, this belongs in this other area, and then prioritize them. And it could be prioritizing the resolution of them. So you could say, well, we have these that we can actually execute on, but this other one needs refinement. It's too nebulous. This could mean many things, and we need to refine it a bit down into multiple user stories. But there are a number of different ways or reasons that you may want to prioritize them, just to say that this is the one that's most important, or this is the one that we need to work on first. Of course, one of the main reasons to prioritize a user story is because it is the most immediate delivery of value to your users in the business. So yeah, just look at some solution, pick a particular solution, maybe one that you want to use for the entire week in application. Think of a gap that you may want to improve, and then write 5-7 user stories. Should be an interesting exercise if you've never done this before, but it's very low risk. It's just text in a text editor, and you can write as many as you want and iterate on them and try to improve them as much as you possibly can. And should be a lot of fun if you've never done it before. Should be even a little bit difficult if you've done them multiple times. It's always challenging to get these right, especially if you haven't done research to understand what the goal outcome is. So, best of luck on this. Looking forward to seeing everyone's output.